it's Christy. Welcome back. It's first week of July and I am so excited to talk about all my favorite books of June. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I loved all of the books that I chose and why some of you guys might like them too. First up, I have Wistress, which this book has had a lot of hype, a lot of promotion. So many people were talking about this book that I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get that book too. And it did not disappoint. This book was a wild ride. We follow Mirth, who has the power to grant wishes with her tears until one day she gets cursed. Why does she get cursed? Well, you'll just have to read it and find out. We also follow the story of a man named Bastian who has been commissioned to hunt Mirth down and bring her to a very evil king. But of course, sparks fly when their stories collide and they meet each other. I really like this book because it was a very emotional, gripping page turner, which was so interesting because she wasn't allowed to cry due to her curse. This book had action, romance, adventure, mystery, all the best things you would want in a fantasy novel. And on top of that, the world really meant something. There was a lot of symbolism, a lot of great faith content here. So if you're looking for a high stakes, emotional, action-packed trip to another world, a world that really means something, then I definitely recommend you get your hands on Wistress. Next, I read Becoming Hook by Mary Meckham. Reading Becoming Hook was so much fun because I got to do my very first buddy read with Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails and Reese from the writing Songbird. We were just able to talk about it, share about it as we were reading through the book. I know both girls really enjoyed it, so it was a lot of fun. If you're anything like me, I was very open to a tale that portrayed Peter Pan as more of a villain. I'm not exactly in love with the Disney story. I remember seeing it as a child, so I didn't mind reading a tale that kind of just flipped everything on its head. Personally, I often find stories that speak of the hidden history of things to be very, very interesting, and this book did just that. It took a lot of familiar elements from the Disney story. For example, Smee was so much older than all the other characters. Why was that? So that is one of the things that's explained in this book. It was filled with lighthearted adventure. I love the summer tropical Neverland vibes. It was a great book to read by the pool. And then there was the romance. James Hook was such a kind, upstanding person of integrity in this book, and he was a little bit awkward around women in a good way. I think it just made him that much more endearing and sweet. So I was really enjoying the romance between James and Tinkerbell. And then the ending. I don't want to give it away, so all I will say is that it has something to do with love, and that just clinched it for me. I loved this book. I thought it was so sweet. It was so well done. I love the ending. I love the adventure. It was an awesome time. Kidnapped at Dusk by Leigh Aloha Humphreys. I finally know how to say her name. I'm so excited. I've been talking about this book for the last couple of videos because I just loved it so much and I want to keep sharing it with you guys. This book is like Little Red Riding Hood meets Moana. It was just so much fun. It takes place in an island nation. I mean, this cover is just gorgeous. It just gives you the setting right there. There is a special star stone that is hidden somewhere in the kingdom, and it's special because whoever finds it becomes royalty. That stone is what made Princess Sen's family royal in the first place, and they've been ruling for the last 300 years. And if anybody else finds this stone, then they have to step down and there is a new royal family. So you can imagine the drama that is unfolding when they find out that somebody else may have actually found the stone. So we follow Princess Sen on this journey to find the stone. So she decides to go to the first place she can think of, somebody that might know where it is, and that is her grandmother, who is the former queen. And I don't want to tell you what happens on the way, but I will confirm this. She does get kidnapped. What I love so much about this story is its immersive world building. She just drew me into this setting so very quickly. The characters are incredibly complex, and I love the change that Princess Sen goes through. I did not feel like it was rushed in any way. It didn't feel like it was a novella. I felt like everything was complete. It was really great. I can already tell that I'm going to love this world and I can't wait to read the next one. So I guess I was in the mood for Little Red Riding Hood retellings because I picked up another one by Abigail Manning called Crimson Claws. And this book did not disappoint. I did not want to put it down. It was so suspenseful. I really liked how clever this story was and how Abigail Manning took the familiar elements of the story and just kind of made it all her own. It was a suspenseful page turner, but the overall tone was very lighthearted and happy. It was humorous. The characters were very quirky. There was a lot of playful banter, a lot of joking around. I really, really enjoyed these characters. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the feeling that they gave me just watching them interact in their relationship. I really liked the magic in this world. It felt really good and wholesome. It was cool. It was clever. There were so many impossible situations and choices that these characters had to make. I found myself wondering many times, like, how am I gonna get out of this? But those kind of books are the best, when you just cannot figure it out and then you get to watch and see what happens. There was also a good amount of mystery in the story, and I love when fairy tale retellings have mystery in them. It just kind of keeps you turning the pages, trying to find out this new thread that has been woven through a very familiar story. I really enjoyed this book. It took me away. So if you like Little Red Riding Hood retellings, then you'll definitely want to check this one out. I also read The Hunter in the Valley of Death earlier in the month. I did an update on this, what I thought about it. It's a fictional story about Psalm 23. It's meant to be an allegory that shows also the story of salvation. So it was a great read. If you're looking for something like that, you should definitely check this out. Also, A Midnight Dance. This little lady got a full review from me where I didn't give anything away. I just kind of talked more about my reaction to the story and how much I liked it. So if you're interested in finding out more about this story, I'll link it below. This book has my heart. It was a great read. So that's all I have for today. What are you guys doing for 4th of July? I've got my Stars and Stripes shirt on. Let me know in the comments what you guys are planning on doing this week. If you're hanging out with family, if you're just gonna spend time chilling or reading lots of books. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear about what you're reading. So that's all I've got for today, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye!